Final Fantasy 15 Uncovered. I watched it. I was kind of like this, alright? This is me. This is like my excitement level as I get higher. Mm, 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 mm. So, yeah, let's talk about this. So let's talk about the main things here, alright? So first and foremost, anime series. Yeah, we're going to get to that because that was one of those things that was like, yeah, oh. So we'll get to that. And then they also announced the CGI-based movie, which I became excited, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, that's cool. And then, of course, they brought in, two actors from Game of Thrones. And I was like, it's voice actors? And I was like, that's cool. I like that. All right, I'm intrigued. I definitely want to see it. So on and such forth. And then, of course, they also announced this demo, completely separate story, its own gameplay, so on and such forth, released today. And I was like, that's cool right there. I like that concept. I mean, if I had a PS4 or an Xbox One at this moment in time, my car broke down. So unfortunately, I had to sell my PS4 because I can't buy anything if I have no way to get to work. So anyway, that's on the back burner. Anywho, so yeah, they announced the demo. They also announced that, like, if you beat the demo, I don't even know why they call it a demo. They should just named it an actual, game or something. I don't know, Final Fantasy 15, whatever the fuck. But anyway, the demo, you beat it, you unlock this DLC. Now, my only question is, how is it actually going to be done? Is it literally like going to read your save file when you put the disc in and it loads up and it's going to run its little thing? It's be like, oh, we have detected you have not only played this game, but you have beaten it. Here is your downloadable code. Or is it just going to be like, all right, you have unlocked. So, it's dislocked on the game, but you have to play this demo / game and beat it in order to unlock it. If it's something like that, that's cool. If it's literally they're going to give you a DLC code, I'm kind of iffy on it. I'm like 50-50. That's cool, but it's also fucked up in the first place because you have the ability to just stick it on the disc and lock it on there and play it. Yeah. They also announced a deluxe edition, which basically comes with the CGI-based film and some DLC. Of course, when they announced that, I was like, so no anime. Okay. And then they announced this Ultimate Collector's Edition. I was like, all right, Ultimate Collector's Edition. It's got to be on this particular... The anime's got to be released on this. Nope. You're going to get an art thing, a steel case, the game soundtrack, the little statue, and a shit ton more bullshit DLC. Yes, I know. There's going to be tons of fanboys out there that are going to be like, it's free. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. All right? All it is an incentive to get you to pre-order the deluxe edition or the ultimate edition. Or just to pre-order the game in general, because I'm sure there's going to be some kind of bullshit pre-order DLC for this game in the first place. Now, ironically, there's only 30,000 of these ultimate editions. And as soon as they said that, I was like, oh, that two things popped in my head. One, that is not going to be cheap. That ain't going to be no $99.99, all right? That's probably not even going to be like $149.99. That's going to be more than that. Sure enough, $169.99. So depending on where you live, if you have taxes, that's going to be a little over, $170 right there. Plus, there's only 30,000 of them. So guess what? The second thing that popped in my head was, just imagine how much that shit's going to be jacked up on eBay and Amazon third-party sellers. Oh, yeah. Holy shit. 30,000 units. This is going to be a pretty spendy collector's edition on eBay and Amazon third party. You fucking know it. I know it. Every gamer knows it. And the jackasses that go and purchase that shit to resell it know it. Just do me a favor, all right? If you're not going to pre-order the almost $300 Ultimate Edition, do not be one of those fucktards that decide later you want to get it So you're going to go and purchase it for 300 or 500% more than the original price. Because you're part of the problem, and you're only feeding these piece of shit eBay and Amazon third-party sellers that like to buy collector's editions and jack them up the ass. And yes, I had the unprivilege of talking with one of these fuckfaces, and they literally stated that they were doing gamers a privilege. Because they were purchasing these collector's editions because maybe they didn't have the money at the time, but they'll have the money later. Yeah, they didn't have $100 for the $99.99 collector's edition that you're now selling for $299. Shut the fuck up. You're not helping gamers. That's just a bullshit excuse at the end of the day. You know it, I know it, they know it, we all know it. But there's still going to be dumb motherfuckers that go and purchase this shit. Anyway. Oh, and that mobile app game. The funniest part about that, because I was watching it on YouTube, and they started talking about Blitzball and some other mini games, and people were like, no Blitzball, it sucked ass, no. And I was like, I don't think they're putting Blitzball in this game. I think they're just using it to register and talk about an announcement for mini games. And of course, it was specific to a mini game that is in the game that you can play in the game, but you can also get for your mobile device. I sat there and I looked at it and I was like, yeah. The first thing I thought of, ironically, is when they went up to this arcade and they zoomed into the footage of the game. I was like, this totally looks like a mobile app game. And sure enough, then it comes out there. It's like, yeah, you're going to be able to play this on your mobile phone. Are you sure you didn't design that for a mobile phone and then just decide to stick it in the game later? Because, you know what? If you look at something and it looks like a cake, but you're calling it ice cream and it still looks like a cake, it's motherfucking cake. Alright? This was that very ideology that I saw. When they showed it in the game, the actual, Final Fantasy 15 game, they showed this mini game. The first thing that popped in my head, I was all, this looks like a web game. Like a phone game that I'd be able to download and play. And then, boom. Guess what you can do? I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So clearly here's a mini game that, in my opinion, they didn't even design for the actual in-game. It was more designed for an app. Now, I don't give a shit if it's free or not. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to design something for a game as a mini game in a game, don't make it look like a mobile app. That just gave it away. It was so fucking predictable to me. I saw that shit a mile a fucking way. Now let's talk about the anime series. This is really the last thing I'm going to touch on. So the anime series, I was actually kind of stoked about that when they announced it. I was like, oh, I like this. We're getting a movie. We're getting an anime series. We're going to get more into the story. And then I was on Facebook, and someone was like, if you're looking for it, here's the first episode. So I clicked it. It takes me to YouTube, and the video's like 11 minutes. So my excitement was like, why? Well, let me explain. A web series, average episode length range anywhere from 3 to 15 minutes. A web series. Alright? Square Enix laid claim that this was an anime series. So I assumed, I'll admit I assumed, that meant 24-minute or 30-minute based episodes. And then, of course, I go to watch it, and I saw the length, and I was so disappointed, I didn't even watch it. I was like, oh, my excitement for this has just left the motherfucking building. And it ain't coming back like the Terminator, alright? Pardon the pun and the analogy, but it ain't coming back. My excitement is now kind of like with the mobile app. If I have time, I'll watch it. Maybe when all 5 come out, I might take a gander at them. But it's no longer on a high priority list. And the reason being, granted, I'll admit, I set myself up for the assumption that that's what it was going to be. 24, 30-minute videos. But at the same time, Square Enix should have been honest. call it what it is. A web series. If they would have announced, we also have this Final Fantasy mini web series, I would have immediately been like, okay, so 15 minutes. I would have been excited. Not as excited, but I still would have been excited. And then I would have went into it knowing the length of the average episodes. But instead, they try to sell it to you as an anime series, which to me, average length, 24, 30 minutes episodes. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of negative comments about, oh, you fuck, that's what you get for assuming, you dumb motherfucker. Yeah, because I actually want to enjoy something rather than bullshit web series. I'm just saying. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Obviously, when it comes to DLC, fuck the DLC. Alright? If you pre-order any of the collector's editions solely for the DLC, you a piece of shit. Alright? If you decide to pre-order this game, when and if, because I'll give them this benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to iterate that there's probably pre-order bonus DLC that they're going to announce at some point in time too. If you pre-order this game, or any of the collector's edition, and there turns out to be pre-order DLC, you're part of the problem. Alright? I'm just saying. You're part of the motherfucking problem. Because you keep adding to it. I mean, there's absolutely no point in creating pre-order bonus DLC when it's going to technically be free in the first place, and they're just going to make you, if you didn't get it by pre-ordering the game, they're going to make you pay for it anyway. It's fucking stupid. The dumbest shit. I mean, I hate pre-order DLC just as much as I hate free DLC. And I get a lot of shit for hating free DLC. It's free. What are you complaining for? You're a dumb motherfucker if you haven't figured that one out, you stupid fuck. If it was going to be free, why not just stick it in the fucking game? Is that really that fucking hard to understand? I gotta fucking write it out for you or some shit? Anyway, I can't get too mad because I can't get too loud. Someone is sick in the house. They're trying to sleep. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. And remember, gamers, if you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about bullshit DLC and collector's editions, bullshit pre-order bonus DLC, which has not been announced, but I'm sure does exist, alright? Or the bullshit web series that is not actually a series, you just might be a part. Oh, and that retarded ass obvious mobile app game that they stuck in an arcade in the game but still totally looks like a fucking web app. You just might be a part of the motherfucking problem.